Hi guys, Dustin here with another Star Trek, the official Starships collection from Eaglemoss. Today we are taking a look at the Nausicaan fighter. It's a pirate ship launched in the 22nd century, length of 90 meters and a max speed of warp 2. And let me just... Yeah, that can be loud. Alright, sorry about that. Let me make a little disclaimer first. I originally was going to do this like right after I got them, but the bad news is that the camera that I use, the microphone is not picking up any sound. I don't know what is wrong with it in any way, shape, or form. And if anyone knows, let me know. And I can still take pictures with it, it's just that I can't do video because that microphone is not working. I'm not sure if the microphone has been shot or anything. I've actually noticed this in my Championship 4 video. First time I uploaded it, and then I redid it with the other one, which is actually this one that I'm currently using. So if anyone knows, let me know what the problem is, and I'll see if I can try to get it fixed. And second of all, congratulations to Kyle Busch for winning the 2015 NASCAR Sprint Cup Series Championship. I will do a video review on a random 124 diecast car because I cannot let my subscribers down. And I never actually announced this, but I'll do a random Jeff Gordon video review. I've done it 2 times, so I'll make it 3. Anyway, let's continue. It's a fighter. I already discussed everything. Yikes. In the 22nd century, the Nausicaans were well known for carrying out acts of piracy. Used compact fire starships to attack freighters and loot their cargo. They commonly used fire starships to ambush trade fighters, steal their valuable cargo. Raiding parties comprised of several warp-capable Nausicaan fighters, armed with plasma cannons protected by rudimentary deflector shields, worked out of the asteroid bases located in the Alpha Quadrant. They would monitor known shipping routes, swoop in on cargo ships in squadrons of 3 or more. Their initials, ECS, stood for Earth Cargo Services. This was the organization responsible for overseeing the operation of Earth-registered interstellar cargo ships. They're armed with fore and aft plasma cannons. These weapons fire plasma discharge in the form of a blue beam, although not very effective phase cannons used by the Enterprise NX-01, still powerful enough to knock out the propulsion system on cargo ships. And here's more. There's the aft plasma cannon fitted with the underside of the fighter beneath the wings, between the wings. Nausicaan fighters were be found working out of a base that has been built to an asteroid. The Sky's facility offers their ships a protected refuge to offload their stolen loot. After a freighter ship's been disabled, the Nausicaan ship would latch onto one of its docking ports and dispatch a raiding party of the Nausicaan pirates, armed with directed energy weapons. Highly aggressive Nausicians would not think about twice about shooting anyone who would try to stop them from plundering the cargo. They were known Nausicians They are known to be thuggish species, foul tempers, and a tendency forward brutality. Their violent temperament was matched by their fearsome appearance. Tall and heavily muscled, Nausicaans have ghoulish face with ashen skins, dark, deep-set eyes and mouths enclosed behind insect-like mandibles. Yeah, if you actually hear my nose right now, I actually had a little bad runny nose, and it's actually now clearing up, actually. The top view is all the plans. While Nausican fighters were a menace to interstellar commercial vessels in the 22nd century, it would appear that by the 24th century their ships were no longer a significant threat. Captain Picard did, however, recall that during his time as cadet of a training outpost, a group of Nausicaans had caused trouble nearby, striking from a base in the asteroid belt. Top view, you actually have the plasma cans here. Aileron flap. Sorry, they're actually not interactable with a die-cast model. You'll find out why. Warp engines are right here. Have the cockpit right here, and the 4 cannons right up here. And again, vulnerable shields. The shields on Nausican fighter operated by particular modulation frequency. If weapons were to match this frequency, it passed through shields, causing very severe damage. Sorry about that. Second contact was that Archer and Commander Tucker encountered another Nausicaan in 2152 while on board the Enolian transport bound for a Pinot colony. The visual effects of Star Trek Enterprise, extraordinary challenge both in creativity and workload. The undertaking was so vast that the VFX team would be split into 2 groups and handle alternating episodes, both actually under the supervision of VFX producer Dan Curry. The pilot for Star Trek Enterprise featured many of the special effects shots of some blockbuster movies. Enterprise NX-01 was the first lead ship of a Star Trek series that existed only as a computer-generated model. The pilot involved a sequence of amazing shots that showed off the Enterprise NX-01. The CG model was incredibly detailed and much more photorealistic than the other ships had been built for Star Trek before. It's like a virtual game. It's like it's built into realism. The effects for this episode, breaking the ice, while the NX-01 visiting Comet success was nominated for an Emmy Award, and that's amazing. Like, that's just amazing. For this shot, actually the ground collapsing around the shuttle. The team of NNFX had CG ground to live action footage has been filmed soundstage. The comet seen breaking the ice were based off photographs of several real-life comets, although making it much more dramatic. This comet moved faster than the real thing. Fortunate Son. Much more complicated than it looked. Actors in the fall were real, but anything else in the shot was CG model created by Bruce Brandon as FX House Strange Engine. That's actually a real football thrown. It was actually replaced by a CG ball that could be controlled perfectly. Anyone remember the toilet paper shot from Titanic? Does that ring a bell for anyone? If not, I'll post a link to that video down in the description so that way you understand what I'm talking about. Echo 2 right here is actually detailed. Added extras? Well, John Gross is actually pleased with the elements that Fred Pinkos and his team added to Moore's digital stills. Ended up using stills in a number of places. This unnamed creature, I'm sorry if the glare is in the way, I've covered up the... So I like sitting in the computer room because, yeah, I actually have this light because if I move my hand over, it'll glare off. The CG creature and silent enemy were given slightly transparent skin, revealing their organs. Eek. Now this one, VFX producer Dan Curry actually described this matte painting from Oasis as an interesting experiment. Alright, continue on designing this ship. First season of Star Trek Enterprise was a busy time for everyone who worked on the show, particularly for the production design team who had to visualize whole new design aesthetics for the 22nd century. John Eves experimented with a number of shapes, searched for a look for a Nausicaan fire. Producers choose a sketch marked with an arrow, which is like to a manta ray. Well, a flat surface of a manta ray with a tail. And that's actually the finished one right there. These are many different designs. The first appearance was from Star Trek Enterprise. That was the only one. TV appearance was Fortunate Son. An Earth freighter was attacked by Nausicaan pirates before their communication system goes down. Someone on board sent out a distress signal to the Enterprise, to any ship nearby. The Enterprise, being the only ship within the vicinity, ordered by Starfleet Command to investigate. Contact with the crew of the Fortunate Son is uneasy, as they're doing things on their own. They decline the help offer. Reluctant to have outsiders on board soon become apparent with T'Pol discover her. They have kidnapped a Nausicaan pirate. First Officer Matthew Ryan, played by Lawrence Monosoon, previously appeared as a Bajori named Havath in the Star Trek Deep Space Nine episode The Storyteller. Elliot Woods, who played as Nausicaan prisoner, appeared in Deep Space Nine as a Klingon officer in the episode titled Sons of Mog. Meanwhile, Danny Goodring, played as Nausicaan captain, made earlier appearances as a Cardassian in Deep Space Nine and a Heraldgen in Star Trek Voyager. So, that's a lot of small worlds there. According to Dr. Plox, and the Nausicaan adrenal gland gave off a fragrance not unlike the scent of female human sweat after performing exercise. Nausicaans were named after Nausicaa, a Greek princess of the wind who featured in Homer's epic poem The Odyssey. Her name in Greek means burner of ships. Names is also intended as a reference to the main character in the Japanese animated fantasy film Nausicaa of the Valley of the Wind. I've actually never noticed that when I read about the Odyssey. Alright, so in the next issue, we're going to be taking a look at the Imperial Romulan Warbird, the Valdory. We're going to be taking a look at the in-depth profile of the ARRRRRRGGGG Valdory, the huge new warbird in service with the Romulan military. How a new Romulan warbird was designed for Star Trek Nemesis. Interview with John Logan, who is the writer of Star Trek Nemesis. And as always, our back design, and we have our ship out. Take a look at it. Yes, it's actually based off of a manta ray. I'm surprised with the details they actually put in for this, like the warp engines. We actually have that green border around. Phaser cannons. You also got that huge aft cannon right back here. The ailerons are right here. They're not interactive because I wish it would be, but it'll be very impossible to do. I actually like the texture. I don't know if you can see it, but the texture is just amazing. So, again, I'm using a crappy quality camera until I get a newer one, because the one I have, the one I basically normally use for this, I'm not sure if it's done because I have not checked and see. It's actually based off the manta ray. Warp 2, it ain't too bad. It's like a little slower. So overall, this ship is pretty cool. So far, I'm up to 30, 31, maybe 32 ships right now. Well, I like it. It looks pretty cool. No disappointment about it. It is well detailed. Well, again, my name is Dustin, and I will see you in the next episode.